As a beginner, there's just some music that sounds impossible to play. But by the end of this video, you'll be able to play this. So what are we waiting for? Let's get going. Right, so we're going to begin with the right hand, and it's nice and easy. All we're going to do is start at middle C and put our thumb on D, our second finger on E, and our little finger on A. Those are our three notes, believe it or not, that make up the majority of this piece of music. So they go in this order: D, E, A, D, E, A. It's nice and easy so far, it's just a repeat. So that's D, E, A, D, E, A. And then a couple of D, E's at the end. Nice and easy. So that's essentially all we need, but there is one little extra bit, and we're going to go C sharp E A, C sharp E A, C sharp E when we get to the A in the left hand. So I'll play that again. That's C sharp E and A, C sharp E and A. Same fingers that we were using before, 1, 2 and 5, but this time our hand is slid slightly further up the keys, so we can cover C sharp with our thumb, E with our second finger. Can you see how far my fingers are now up the keys as opposed to playing it back here? And then little finger on A. So that's C sharp E A, C sharp E A, C sharp E. So the pattern basically goes 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Get that stuck in your head. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. 8 notes in total, and you'll be good. So to recap, the right hand should sound something like this. Simple as that. So of course you might have guessed that the right hand is going to be the most difficult thing about playing this piece of music, but if you practice it regularly and get it to the point where you can play it while having a conversation with someone else at the same time, then you'll know you're ready to move on to the left hand. Now in the left hand we've got 2 Ds, an octave below middle C, 2 Cs, an octave below middle C, funnily enough it's right next to each other, 2 B flats and 2 A's. We're just working our way down the piano. So D, C, B flat and A. Those are going to correspond with exactly each pattern that we play in the right hand. Each pattern of 8 notes has a new left hand note. So we're going to go D with a pattern, C with a pattern, B flat with a pattern, and A with that new pattern that we learned right at the end, that C sharp E and A. That's what ties in with that. And literally, if you just practice that a little bit, maybe see if you can do it without looking at your fingers like I am, you'll be ready to move on to the next part. So the left hand was a little bit easier than you expected, right? Well, all it takes is using those octaves, shuffling down the piano, and so long as you know the keys, there's not much practice you need for them. Because now, it's time to put both hands together, and that's where the challenge truly lies. So let's bring the both hands together. We've got D, E and A, of course. We've got 2 Ds in the left hand. And it sounds even better if you can utilize the sustain pedal underneath your piano, if you've got one. But if not, don't worry about it. So every time we play with our thumb right at the start for the first pattern of 8 notes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, we want to make sure that our left hand is playing 2 Ds. Then when we repeat that, we want to move our left hand down to C, but keep our right hand in the same place. Oh, and that sounds amazing already. Same concept again, our left hand's going to move down to the B flat, right hand's going to stay the same. Oh, that sounds so good. And finally, we've got the 4th position, A in the left hand, and the one change that we've got in the right hand of C sharp, E and A, because it sort of resolves the sound. Now let's play it again in order so you get an idea of what it sounds like. Pattern 1 in the right hand, but keeps repeating, while our left hand moves down before the last note, where we change it. And it sounds awesome. So essentially, that's the whole piece sorted. Now, all you have to do is make sure you start slow and slowly speed it up. And before long, you're going to be able to play a piece that sounds like this. Alright, so quite simply, your practice for the week is step 1, to have a look at that right hand and make sure you're playing it nice and evenly and regularly, using a metronome and making sure perhaps that you can have a conversation with someone else without even looking at your fingers before you move on to step 2. Now step 2 is all about that left hand, making sure you know those notes, stretching wide for that octave if your fingers can make it, if not just choose a low note, and keeping it nice and even. And then of course in step 3 we're putting both hands together and it's all about that counting. If you can make sure that your right hand is going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and every time the 1 is played, your left hand's playing, then you should find it nice and easy to put both hands together. Make sure to start slow and slowly speed it up. Practicing 5 minutes a day and you'll have the piece sorted in no time. So thank you very much for watching, and if you like this video, don't forget to like it. If you want to see more of this sort of content, make sure you're subscribed. And if you want to make sure you never miss another episode, 10 AM on Saturdays, then hit that notification bell and I'll see you next time.